In today's episode, we're talking about why every couple needs a relationship reset, how to spot it when it's time, and how to do it without blowing up everything or moving to a yurt in the forest alone. Though, there's some days I know that sounds tempting. We're really discussing why every couple needs to understand what it means to upgrade their relationship. And often we know it's time when we start to think things like, am I really happy in this? Should I stay or should I go? Is this what I want the next decade of my life to look like? So, if you've had any of those thoughts kind of going around in the back of your mind, this episode's for you. Go grab something warm to drink and let's dive in. Welcome to Relationship Reset, Reignite, Reconnect, Rebuild, the podcast for high achieving couples who want to transform their relationship from surviving to thriving. I'm Katie Russler, a relationship coach and counselor with over 15 years of experience helping busy, overwhelmed couples rebuild connection, trust, and intimacy. If you've been together for years and feel stuck on autopilot, disconnected and frustrated by constant miscommunication, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll explore practical tools, relatable stories, and strategies to help you reignite the spark, rebuild your bond, and create the relationship you've always dreamed of. Because no matter how long you've been together, it's never too late to hit reset. Let's dive in. First off, let me say this loud and clear. Needing a relationship reset does not mean your relationship is broken. A lot of us get this wrong. It's actually a really healthy sign that you and your partner are growing and evolving, not just as individuals, but also together, if you choose to. Think about your phone. Every so often, it asks you to update the software. Why? Not because it's necessarily a bad phone, but because it's learned new things. There are better ways to function. Your relationship is no different. I always tell my clients every 7 to 10 years, it's time to reassess. You probably have heard of the 7 to 10 year itch. That's what's going on. It's time to ask yourselves, are we in autopilot mode? Are we still choosing this relationship intentionally? Are we just managing the calendar and all the projects that need to get done? Especially if you're a high-achieving couple, which so many of you listening are, you've built a beautiful life, a career, a family. It looks great on paper, but often the relationship itself gets lost in the mix. It's like having this amazing house, but realizing the foundation hasn't been checked in a while. And I often use the analogy of juggling glass balls and rubber balls, and often we associate our relationship to something that's rubber, right? Oh, it'll bounce, it'll keep going, it's fine. But actually, it's glass. If we drop it enough times, it will break. So by every 7 to 10 years, taking a time to kind of reassess how are things in the relationship, we're ensuring that glass ball is going to make it and not treating it like it's rubber. Now, let's talk about the great relationship accelerator of our time, the pandemic. I saw this across the board. Couples were suddenly forced to sit with each other more than they ever had. No office escapes, no girls' nights, no coffee breaks, just together all the time. And what came up? A lot of hidden grief, a lot of old arguments, and a lot of patterns that have been swept under the rug. It's so much easier to ignore them when we can get away. I had clients tell me, we've been avoiding this conversation for 5 years, and now here it is, and we're stuck at the dinner table together. It wasn't a pause for many couples. It actually was more of a pressure cooker. During the time of the pandemic, when I was seeing couples, to be honest, most of them were in a state of crisis because they were together so often and having to face so much that they were not comfortable with. And here's the hard part. A lot of the lessons we learned during the pandemic got lost once life sped back up again. We went right back into burnout mode. We started treating our relationships like rubber balls. We started overcommitting and running faster. But if we don't integrate what we learned about our needs, about our partner, about how we want to live, we end up right back where we started. So think about it. What did you learn during that time when you had much more time together? What did you discover about each other? Were there new hobbies or things you picked up, like so many, that you realized you enjoyed doing together and then stopped when things got busy again? These are things that are important for us to reflect on so we can integrate the lessons learned. Now, let's talk about what are the signs that you do need a reset. Like maybe you're at the 12-year mark of being together and you're like, Katie, we passed the 7 to 10-year mark and now it's time for us to reassess. How do you know if it's actually time? Here are a few clues. You feel more like roommates than partners. You know that feeling. Your communications feel transactional versus intimate and connected. You show more patience to your coworkers than your partner. So many of you feel called out. I get it. I understand. You're spending more time on your phone than looking in each other's eyes. Most of us know how much life is left in our battery on our phones than we do in our own relationships. We're that focused on our phones. You catch yourself thinking, would I be happier somewhere else? And let's have some real talk now. The grass is greener where you water it, where you put the work into it. And yes, wherever you go, you're bringing your stuff with you. So if you go to a new lawn, you're going to have to cut the grass there too. You will have to deal with your stuff no matter what. So it's easy to get in our mindset, oh, look at that couple, or, I just think it would be easier if it was this way or that way. No matter what, you've got to do the work. So you have to decide and choose, do you want to do this work with your partner? Let's talk about some reset tools and strategies. All right, so what do we do once we start to notice, yep, I'm there or we are there? Here are a few of my favorite tools and tips to reset your relationship without blowing it up. First one, practice intentional conversations. We've lost the art of good conversation. Thank you so much, social media. We post, we scroll, we skim. That same pattern shows up at home. I tell you what I need, now do it. But relationships are built on dialogue. Start using conversation starters. I actually have a free set you can grab. I'll make sure the link's in the show notes. Here's one to try tonight. What's a memory from our relationship that makes you smile every time you think about it? Bonus tip, ask yourself first, because it feels good to start to think about those memories as well. See, when we're intentional about our conversations and not just about difficult ones we need to have, but on the ones that help us connect and remember why we chose our partner, it can lead to us feeling a lot calmer and relaxed. Then we can start to have those difficult conversations. The second tool, mind the respect gap. I see this so often. We're polite to strangers, but casual, sometimes even dismissive to our partner. We say thank you to the barista who gives us our coffee, but forget to say it to the person who made dinner at home. We'd apologize to a colleague for a late email, but walk in late to a dinner date with our partner without a word. Here's a simple rule. Treat your partner with the same level of respect you show your best friend, or even better. Next time your phone rings at dinner, pause and say, hey, is it okay if I quickly respond to this? Watch what that little moment of respect does to your connection. Or even better, just put your phone to the side and choose your partner to be more important no matter what. Unless, of course, it's an emergency. And I know you guys have heard me say this before. Often we show our partner the same level of respect we give ourselves. So if that's you and you're finding out I don't always show myself respect, that's another area you've got to start working on. Okay, third tool, learn relationship skills, not just go to therapy. Look, therapy isn't for everyone, and I am a therapist with 15 years of experience, but I will tell you, therapy isn't for everyone. But you know what is? Learning relationship skills. Those are for everyone. And here's the good news. This isn't about years of digging through your past, uncovering all those deep, dark secrets. It's about learning how to communicate when you're triggered, navigate conflict without blame, share your dreams and goals, and repair after disconnects. These are skills you can learn. I teach them. My clients practice them. And when you start to use them, you create a relationship that your kids and community can actually learn from. Because this is legacy work. Your relationship is part of what you leave behind. Not just after you're gone, but every single day you live it. People are watching you. And that's not a means to fake it. It's a means to be authentic and do the work. Okay, tool number 4, bring your partner along. Here is a really big one. If you're doing personal growth work, don't do this solo. Too many people retreat. They go do the deep work, then return home to a confused partner wondering what just happened. Growth happens in relationship. If you're on a journey, say so. Share what you're learning. Invite curiosity. Allow your partner to be a part of the journey, even if they don't want to join you step by step, but they would love to know a little bit more. And if you're in one of those situations where your partner really doesn't care, keep sharing. You're planting seeds. Your partner will feel included rather than left behind as you're on your growth journey. And they can't say, well, I just don't feel like I know you anymore. So here are your challenges this week. Number 1, pick one conversation starter and use it with your partner. Make sure to grab them in the show notes below. Number 2, notice where you might be unintentionally disrespecting them and course correct. Just start to do it differently. Number 3, ask yourself, where does it feel like sandpaper in our relationship? Where are we rubbing up against the grain? That's where the reset needs to begin. And remember, you guys are not stuck and you're not broken. You're just evolving, and evolving relationships need upgrades. They can be uncomfortable, but they are so worth it in the end. So this week, focus on upgrading your relationship. Reassess, reconnect, rebuild. And if you're ready to go deeper, make sure you book a complimentary relationship game plan call. You can find the link in the show notes below. And let's get a clear plan to help you and your partner rebuild your relationship in the way you both authentically want. Until next time, keep choosing each other, keep doing the legacy work, and remember, you don't have to do it alone. I'm here with you too. See you next week. Thanks for tuning in to Relationship Reset. If you found this episode helpful, share it with a friend who might need it too. Don't forget to rate and review the podcast. It helps more couples discover these tools to rebuild their connection too. And be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode. It's gonna be a good one. Your relationship is worth the work, and the rewards, totally worth the effort. See you next week.